Hey guys, this is Cerebellum, and today we're taking a look at Phsyco's Phantom Assassin. Now I don't really know what lane he's going to be taking, but I do know this is around 1800 MMR. So this is yeah, going to be more along the lines of my usual fare than the Shadow Fiend game I did, the previous game I did, yeah. So yeah, he's just trying to contest a rune right now. I think this is being a bit aggressive for just, you know, contesting a rune. Would probably go on to the high ground instead of just wasting my mana on fighting with this warlock, especially since this fight isn't gonna go your way, probably. And yeah, spamming the dagger here really wouldn't do that. And now you're in a kind of a hard spot.
The battle begins.
Normally you have the support taking more of the fighting with the rune role. We'll see if they can get a kill on the sniper here. The sniper also really shouldn't have been there. Yeah, they can get a kill on the sniper, pretty definitely. There we are. So that's good. You should have gone the other way here and juked around, rather than, you know, letting the warlock yeah, come and hit you. So nice use of the salve here might... No, it won't be enough. The warlock's got his heal on, there's towers. There's even an axe just hanging out here. If that axe has been awake, you know, this would have been way different.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, don't... Oh, taking cat tower hit at this point is pretty bad, but they did get a double kill. Or a single kill, actually. Yeah. So she is gonna go ahead and go for... Facebook, it looks like first. That's not so bad. But, yeah, she's just kinda... She's been spamming this dagger so much, and the good part about the dagger is that its mana actually gets a lot cheaper. At level 4 it's half the mana at level 1, so you don't... She's been using it a bit too much, I think. For the fight it was fine, but you know, just... There was like 3 or 4 of them in the river just to harass the warlock. I don't like those at all. Just look at it, it does only half damage to heroes, so here at level 1 you're paying pretty much a 1-for-1 mana cost for damage, which is really bad. Normally you want a lot more efficiency, especially on a hero like the PA who has very little mana to deal with. But very nice job getting the first blood nonetheless, though it really should not have been possible like that. Really should not have been possible. Now you have to go back. You have spent yourself, you only have a little bit of regen, and the warlock's gotten you like down to 100 HP. Like, one battle hunger from the axe now would be extremely problematic, or just another anything from the warlock. So yeah, sometimes you just have to go back, and at this point I believe the PA is, you know, you're gonna be out of regen really soon. Or you can do that and just, you know. So the thing with this dagger is it's actually much more about grabbing last hits, because it does full damage to creeps, than it is about harassing. It can be useful for harass once you hit level 6, because then it can crit and do 250% damage, and but then you will also have it at level 3, which is 140, so that is 70 damage to heroes, which if you get 250% of that, yeah, that's like nearly 200 damage for like 20 mana, so that's a lot better than, you know, 30 damage for 30 mana. And that's what you're doing here. Now, 30 damage can be useful for grabbing last hits. Also, what you should do, as I just mentioned, you should max out this dagger. So, I like the dagger level 1. I like 1 level in Phantom Strike because it can be used in Escape. And then, usually what I like to do is go 3 levels in Stifling Dagger, 1 level in Phantom Strike, and 1 level in Blur by level 5. So, usually, Stifling Dagger, Dodge, Stifling Dagger. And then Phantom Strike, Stifling Dagger. That way you have your Stifling Dagger at a high level. You can use it to last hit if you're contested in lane. You can use it to chase. It becomes really, really cost efficient. You have your Phantom Strike both to use an escape as a grab closer. It does scale very well with levels, but you don't really need, you know, more than 1 level in it. And 1 level of Blur is just so good. Like 20% evasion is just so good. Like really, really good. So I don't like prioritizing Phantom Strike over these two at all. Like, the only thing you're getting out of this level is a 3-second cooldown. It's a 50 mana spell. You can only activate it once now anyway, so your current situation doesn't allow you to use it several times in any way. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that prioritization. There we are. Tried for a last hit there, but you know, it would be a lot easier if you had nearly double damage. If you have 100 damage, oh yeah, that's just 60 damage. It's actually pretty good for last hitting, but it's the fact that you get the lower mana cost is so good on the dagger. You can just spam it out when it gets to level 3-4. It's really, really good. I don't like shipping out a clarity. You really shouldn't have to do that. PA just shouldn't use that much mana. Now I really hope. Yeah, Blur here is good. Like, I don't, you know. Yeah, the Phantom Strike shouldn't be maxed out nearly 100%. But you're using this dagger way too much on heroes because it's so little damage. Like it's half your right click. It's quite bad. It is pure damage though, so there's that. Could have gotten that last hit. Let's see how she's doing last hit wise. She's doing pretty good last hit wise. The axe is getting a lot, but the axe isn't really a hard carry. Yeah, she isn't getting too much. Like 14 at 5 minutes isn't that impressive. Like that's great for like an off laner, but in a safe lane here, you are like being contested by the axe. And axe is fantastic against any kind of melee hero, so that's another very good reason to level up the Stifling Dagger so much, because you need it to last it. It's very simple. Yeah. Normally you would see Phantom Assassins go for they're using the courier a lot to bring out these potions as well, which I don't really like that. And I don't like that the dagger uses there. There's no chance that could get a last hit.
Fear not heresy.
Again, really random. Now the Omni is gonna bite the dust probably. Nice load after the PA, but it's not gonna be enough. And she, yeah, that's probably due. Yeah, I hope they don't. Depends on this axe aspect, I guess. Yeah, he's not put any points in Battle Hunger, which is a really fantastic harassment spell. So we're gonna see how this turns out. But I think, yeah, now she's specking up nicely. It's only the second point in Phantom Strike kind of had me worried that she was just gonna max it out.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still, for someone who got the first blood, she's doing not very hot. And it's partly because of this lacking emphasis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. This axe is so hard to kill. And this is pretty good, but they did commit 4 heroes to this, so this kind of has to work because they have a free farming sniper in mid, and they have like Abaddon, Crystal Maiden up top. Abaddon, Crystal Maiden up top, that's really weird. Yeah. They also have a pretty... That's okay team composition, it's a little weird. It's very heavy on carries. Axe is already level 6, that's pretty bad. But there's not a lot you can do here. Do you know why? I don't really get why she's using this. She's using the dagger a lot on creeps where she has no chance of getting the last hit. Like just to damage the creeps, it looks like, which is not what you want to do at all. Here she's just slowing the axe. You have phase boots, you could just run away. No need to use your mana for that. Yeah, and they're just feeding her so many clarities. Like probably 4 clarities gone into this this PA already. I don't really like that. I think more efficient mana usage would have been better. A lot better. And you know, you're just kind of hanging out here doing nothing, being at low life.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Now she's gonna heal up. Oh yeah, okay, she wasn't hanging out. She's just looking here. She was actually going top, which is nice. Shouldn't jump the axe there. Definitely not.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
The sniper's actually just last hitting like really badly, so that's one of the things really not keeping the situation manageable for them. They're really up on the kills though, but let's just take a look at the net worths. So the axe is leading. The axe has had a brilliant game so far. The sniper is doing pretty badly for someone who's had the mid lane to himself for as long as he has. Probably his last hits are really bad, yeah. 19 last hits at 20 minutes for a mid, or 10 minutes is pretty bad. Yeah, it should be way higher, especially if he had the mid to himself, he should be at like twice that. That's really bad. The PA is doing okay, like considering, you know, 2 kills and an assist. This is really weird that she's not higher, but yeah, the last thing has honestly been really bad. Like you need to use the dagger more just for grabbing last hits, and you know, especially when there's an action lane, you can't really go into melee range without risking just being taking a whole lot of damage. The PA's big weakness is of course the magical damage, because she has the fantastic block. She's got usually a lot of armor because she is an agility carry. And there we go. Just walk directly into a trap. X, that's gonna be double death right there. Yeah. So that was just really bad. I don't know why you felt like you could chase that, but if they're both level 6, and they are, like, just look at the map here. There could even be other heroes, or like, okay, you know where all the other heroes are, but why would you think going here when they definitely know you're coming? Their creep wave was here just a moment ago. Maybe they still have vision of them. In fact, we can just see if they have vision of them. Oh shit, I can't. All these settings don't work when you're in paused. It's so dumb. What can I? Oh, it's because it's in player's perspective, so we can take the axe here. Yeah, the axe knows they're coming, so the axe can just go down here. Easiest initiation ever. Just catch them right as they come around the corner. Go, hey, you hit me. And there's even a lot of creeps around. Oh, but that's their creeps, okay, yeah. Warlock puts down a nice, easy ultimate. Does the right thing, follows it up with the upheaval. That's a really easy kill there. So I don't know why you think the PA is a hard carry. Is type character. You can't really fight at this point. Certainly not fight an axe. That's a really bad idea. You need to jump in on situations that are already good for you, like if you can take a 3v2 fight, and it's any type of fight where you have the numerical advantage. Not go in on an axe who really like wants melee carries to punch him, because then he'll hit back. And certainly not an axe that has a level advantage on you. With a warlock that's hit level 6, that's incredibly dangerous, and they got pretty much the best result they could hope for it there. See, now this is much more like it. Good little fight.
Bottom tower is under attack.
2 good kills, but the axe and the warlock are just pushing relentlessly here. Again, now with the creep weight there, I don't know if they can really hope to do it. Yeah, the axe is just gonna.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So close to killing the void as well. Oh Jesus!
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So yeah, the X is kind of running away with the game a bit more than he should be able to. Like, he's playing pretty well, and you know, part of it is this over-aggression from the PA and just the overuse of abilities. That's a lot of it.
No sorceries avail.
Easy kill. Crystal Maiden is pretty much the worst position possible. Now the axe comes in, and this is trouble. This is really bad. Oh, if the axe just falls right as it gets out of that. Of course, the Void Chrono did absolutely nothing there. It just prolonged everything. Since the Void didn't have, you know, probably he's got a good build, but he needs more levels in Time Walk. Probably his Massive Command is what off cooldown there. So, you know, again, a little too eager to fight. Would love to see you pick up an item before you try to go further. Try in fights just to focus the squishy heroes. Basically anyone but the Abaddon and the Axe. Those 2 guys I want you to not go in on here. I want you to go in on anyone who could just be hit by a coup de grace and just really die from it. Sand King trying to jungle up here a little bit. He should just be heading to a camp now to stack.
Top tower
and
is under
this is the point where you stack. 56 for this camp. And you could have had 2 camps to work with here, but you just didn't.
Under attack.
There we are. Crystal Maiden out of position. This is a really easy kill if they can find her. Else just go to the lane. Do need to get that farm. Solo, it's not that easy.
Radiant's middle tower
yeah, and you're just wasting time now. It's a lot of time. That was probably like 20 seconds where you could have farmed. Nothing happened. Yeah, taking a really bad fight here. Medusa bites the dust. Don't go in on the edge of the bad fights. Just gonna die here.
No.
Yeah, don't know. When the enemy team initiates on your team, that's probably a pretty good time to not take a fight. And a pretty good time, especially as a hard carry, just to find a farm. Like here in the mid, just go mid, farm the lane. You know what the enemy team is doing. You can just grab your farm, build up to your Helmet the Dominator, build up to your next item. Instead of going to a fight that's probably already lost, it's probably best if you just pull out of that fight, because you're already down a hero. The enemy is already in. There's no real reason why you would want to go in there. course, the rest of your team committed, but you know you got absolutely nothing out of committing there yourself. So, yeah. And the Axe is just completely running away with the game now.
Illusion.
Radiant's middle
So
tower is under
jungling
attack.
like this is probably not what I would do as a PA here. There's a lane to farm right down
Radiant's
here.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're fighting up top here. Gonna come in here again, you know. This is a good time to join the fight. Yeah, just entering into the tail end of the fight there. It's really good if you can do that as a hard carry. Of course, they have 3 hard carries on this team, like the Void and the Medusa and the PA, all 3 pretty good at the late game carry
Dire's
role.
bottom tower is under attack.
The Helmet of the Dominator here is a bit of an odd item. Normally, I would say pick up the Battle Fury first,
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower.
but it does allow her to
Dire's
jungle,
middle
so
tower
maybe it's
is under
okay.
attack.
I think going back to base here is a bit much.
Dire's
Could have
top
just
tower
gone
is
and
under
done
attack.
like the Ancients or
My loyalty.
something. I don't like. I don't think maxing out the Phantom Strike over Blur is really worth it. You have a good chance to use Blur here before the enemy has a chance to really pick up some NKBs, or you know, are still really reliant on the damage. I think maybe snipers. Oh yeah, it just said right there. Headset box or not. Yeah, so 40% of sniper shots will not be blocked no matter what you do. So I guess that's an argument against it. Though of course the Void actually has his dodge cannot be disabled by anything. Except I think Doom with Axe is the only thing that disables backtrack.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Axe still did way too much damage. Again, kind of. Let's just take this again. I want to just
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
see here. So what happens here is they initiate up here. We hear them do ult go off. Sand King's channeling his ult. Most of it goes off. In fact, it doesn't hit anything. He should have just Burrow Striked across here, but he didn't execute quite well.
Radiant's
You get a
top
little
tower
unlucky and
is
don't
under
get
attack.
a crit here in a few hits, but ultimately it's the Warlock just gets a perfect setup here. And it's all because you're initiating on the tank, you're initiating on the guy who really wants to be hit. If you'd gone in and just walked past up here and just gone for the Warlock, that would have been turned out way better for you, because you could have just killed the Warlock pretty easy. There was probably enough damage there to take care of the Axe anyway. There's no need for you to go in with and just trigger off even more counter helixes and just set yourself up for a really big Warlock ult.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Almost turned the fight for them. If they had like another hero there, if the Crystal Maiden been up there, they could have been really bad, because there was a few heroes on your side who were so close to dying. What's gonna go in? He can probably, yeah, at least chase off
Radiant's
the Crystal
bottom
Maiden.
tower is under attack.
The armor have a
2
mission.
seconds. Ah. Okay, they won't get it. So
Dire's
the
top
low level of
tower is
backtrack
under
there, or
attack.
time walk there, kind of hurting the Void's ability to chase. For longer range and shorter cooldown on it, I think he would have been able to get that kill. But
Dire's top
They-
tower
yeah.
has fallen.
so the enemy is taking up Roshan,
Will break.
but there's not a lot. I don't think they can really. Maybe they can. Oh, that's a bad throw. It's gonna turn out okay for his team anyway.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So Lincoln's up on the Medusa actually, that's pretty good. And this Void is actually getting pretty farmed. He's almost at a Daedalus, which is a weird item for him to go. I would almost always go Mjolnir in this situation. So now he's gonna eat it.
Don't go off half-cocked.
I'll take over.
It's just the eternal Roche fight here. And this is just so risky going in on these Roaches. At least Medusa gets the Aegis here. She's gonna be able to come back up, but I think she's still dead here. So... yeah, she's not gonna win this fight, is she? No, not now, suddenly. She could maybe hit the sniper. That's the Omni, okay. This is such a strange game. There we are, Omni's gonna fight it real fast. Yeah, let's see what the PA is doing. PA is just gonna go jungling again. So it looks like the PA here is just kind of satisfied with just going between fighting and jungling. And I think that's... could be a lot worse. I think still she's one of the better heroes for just farming a lane here. She's got a pretty decent escape, she's got dodge. And she can, you know... she's got a better chance of escaping a gank out there than, say, the Medusa, I think. So the Medusa is a lot more farmed at the moment with the Lincolns. Quite tanky.
Invisibility!
Dire's courier has been killed.
So the one thing I don't like here is she's going for a farming item now at minute like 30. It's pretty bad. She's just waiting here for a little bit apparently. And then she goes in on the axe. Keeps going on this axe. Okay, there, went on the Warlock. I like that a lot more. So now a lot of the damage there again got soaked up by the axe and then by the Warlock going. The only thing you really did was kill the Warlock, which is kind of bad for your team. If you'd been able to go on the Sniper, that would have been a lot better. Like just go in, jump on the Sniper. He's pretty much screwed if you just jump on him. So the axe isn't screwed if you jump him in. There's plenty of heroes in the enemy team that are screwed if you jump on them. So try to jump on them instead of the axe. Especially since the axe, you know, he's one of the best at resisting the kind of damage you can do, the physical damage you can do at this stage. So there's no real reason to just give him kind of what he wants. Now with 2 levels of coup de grace, it becomes a lot more reasonable to use your dagger to harass enemy heroes. And when you can crit and when it's only 15 mana and you have a much bigger mana pool, so... yeah, but this Battle Fury is gonna be late and it's gonna be, you know... it's gonna up your farming capability, it's gonna up your fighting capability a little bit. But I think just a straight up fighting item would have been my my go-to. Yeah. The P8 just cannot jump on this goddamn... yeah, the axe. Just time and again you jump on this axe and he just kinda kills you. Now let's just take a moment to see how this game is going overall. And we do that by looking at the items. Axe is pretty damn farmed for 30 minutes in the game. Aghanim Scepter, Crimson Guard, Blink, really good farm, really good farm. This is just an Aghanim Scepter. The Warlock, he's exactly at the level where he has level 2 ultimate, Chaotic Offering, which is gonna make things difficult. This is the best item you can get on a Warlock in my opinion. Abaddon's going for... this looks like a Radiance build actually, which is not so good. I think that's pretty bad from him. But the Sniper's also got some damage now. I don't like the Shadow Blade, but he's got a Maelstrom. I really like that. I like the Mask of Madness as well. So he's just going full out attack speed. He's gonna take advantage of his proc, which is the headshot. With just an extra 90 damage. So it's not that big of a deal now, but it's, you know, if he can just get a ton of attack speed, he'll get a lot of these. He'll be a really nuisance in fights. So the Sniper's really what I'm worried about. It's going to be the next big thing for the Dire team here. The fact that the Axe has snowballed like he has, he's such a problem for you to deal with now that it's giving the Sniper a lot of room to get his item progression up. So that's the guy I would really be looking to shut down. No, don't mind killing the axe. The axe will fall off eventually. You really want to take off the axe when he's alone, instead of when, you know, the Crystal Maiden and the Sniper and the Warlock are standing at the second, just behind the axe, letting the axe tank for them and using all their nasty abilities to take you out. Which is what's happening. You're just allowing them to get the fight they want, even though they're now really trying to kill this tower through backdoor protection. Ah, yeah, they got it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
It's really bad. Yeah, despite the Medusa's good start, she's fallen off a bit. I don't know if the Lincolns would have been my first choice here. There isn't a lot that they really need to protect for here. There you were just too far ahead. With an axe with Blink, you know, you can't afford to be that far ahead. That close, because they'll just jump in on you. So, yeah. PA is doing absolutely horrible now, of course, by any measurement. And now the Battle Fury is looking like less and less of a good idea, just because all it really gives you is an ability to farm more. And although you need that, you're not going to get the space for it. Like, they're already pushing tier 3s. So you need to fight. You need an item that lets you fight. And I really don't know what that is at this point. There isn't really a good thing for it. So... yeah, going on the Crystal Maiden here is good, but of course she does have a pretty good disable, so yeah, the Abaddon's hitting hard now. It's just, you know, it's uphill. It really is. It was a Radiance, yeah. So now it's the Abaddon can start to really farm up as well, which, you know, I would prefer him to get some utility here with the team they've got going, but you know, the Radiance is definitely a good item still. You don't usually see Abaddons going for this. But we can see here, it's gonna do tons on this fight. Because golems don't give a damn about the Medusa orbs, but it's not really gonna matter. They're gonna get tier 3s here, I'm pretty sure. We are on the PA's perspective, that's why the camera's a little bit weird here. And it looks like she's kind of giving up on this game. And it isn't very fun, you know, being a very underfarmed PA, but it is kind of, you know, it is up to you to get the farm there. It was a pretty bad lane, double melee against Axe. But you had a tool to deal with that. You had the Stifling Dagger, you could have done something. There you could have blinked out, could have blinked to the Void with the Phantom Strike.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
The Axe is just gonna murder everyone again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's a pretty good combo there. That's what I was hoping they would be looking for, but it's a bit late. Now the Axe is finally gonna fall. Axe is real quick. 600. So we check this 5 recap, it's gonna be absolutely huge. That's a 7,000 gold swing and 10,000 XP. So even though you lost bottom racks, that's actually a pretty good opening. Especially since the Void now finally finishes Daedalus. I hope he's going for Mjolnir. Really hope he's going for Mjolnir. Needs more attack speed. And he can start to really wreck.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. The PA of course got nothing, because he was dead for the whole fight, but the Void and the Medusa got decent progression there. Mostly the Void looks like he got a ton of gold. I don't really know what he's not even buying anything. That's really weird. Maybe he's saving for buyback. I don't know. It's 1800 MMR. Maybe not. I don't know. The PA is still working on this Battle Fury. Warlock showed up, so she decides to leave. Not a lot to say right now, she's just kind of farming. But again, the Battle Fury at this point is kind of not very great, because you're basically saying, okay, now I'd like 10 minutes to farm up a few items after the Battle Fury to get the real good shot. Can't really jump on a sniper here, he'll just kill you. Maybe if he has Mask of Madness on, and and you get a bit lucky, you can do have a decent right click. The sniper is very squishy. Why are you not joining that fight?
I'm not finished.
Yeah, the situational awareness not great on the PA here. Abaddon shouldn't really give much of a crap about the damage right now. Super tanky hero. One of the better tanks in the game, along with Vex. So now you're way too far forward. This
Radiant's top tower
this is a
under
problem for you.
attack.
You can blink out. Yeah.
Unstoppable.
Oh, they got the sniper actually. And the voice died. Void dies to X. The X is just... He's going for AC now. Oh, that's nasty. I don't think he should go for AC though. Like, he's not really a right clicker, so he doesn't need the attack speed himself, and it does give him a lot of attack speed. Probably a Shivers Guard would be a lot better here. Or... let me think... Maybe just the Heart. Heart would be good. Yeah, AC is kind of... You get it on like Brewmasters or Dooms or heroes like that who actually have a right click that's worth talking about. Or maybe the Abaddon actually would be a better candidate here for the AC. Almost at that Battle Fury now. But she's just gonna get kicked off here. Oh, actually used her Phantom Strike there to get out. That was nice. Oh, jumped in at a really bad time there. She's gonna die now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this should be game probably.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
So good ult there from the Sand King, but we see the enemy team is just too tanky. It's too much farm. It's nothing really dying. Even with like a Sand King ult and a good chrono, it's just
Radiant's middle barracks are
not a thing,
Radiant's
not
middle
enough.
barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. I think this is looking like the
Dire's
end.
top tower. Radiant's ancient is under attack. Radiant's ancient is
And
under attack. Dire victory.
There we are. Yeah, a little bit of wine going out from their team there. The Void is not happy with the result. He did play decently. I don't think his item build I don't care for, but it's I mean, okay, the Mask of Madness I think is the right choice. But I would have preferred more attack speed after that. I think Crit is a little weird, but it's not the worst, certainly. Yeah, the PA definitely could have played better. I think, you know, I would probably just go Battle Fury directly after Phase Boots. If you are gonna go, and if you're gonna go Battle Fury, I don't think you should get Phase Boots at all. I think you should get Power Threads and get the attack speed up like that. But overall, I feel like the biggest mistakes were you were in a tough lane, you were against the Axe with double melee, which is really bad. Axe Warlock, pretty good team for a dual lane. Certainly against double melee, it's great to have an Axe, and we saw exactly why. He just completely crushed. Every time you tried to go on him, you just kind of got squashed. You did give him a double kill early on. It's really bad. You died way too much. But it was a tough game for you. Lots of Nuke in the team. You had Sniper who can specifically just penetrate your... who can just kind of make your evasion kind of useless. So this was a tough game for the PA, definitely. But you did need to make much better use of your Stifling Dagger. You needed to use that exclusively for last hitting. at the start of the match, not so much for harassment. And you could have gotten a lot more last hits. 100 last hits in 40 minutes is really, really bad. Of course, you probably knew that when you have 14 deaths. It's not great. So get more of a habit of just using that, especially when you're melee and you're up against a hero like a Darkseer or an Axe or someone who can really make life tough for you when you try to go in for last hits. Make it a habit of using the Stifling Dagger for last hitting. Get yourself just get a better start here, and it becomes much easier to avoid dying so much. You also went in on the Axe far too much engagements. You need to not jump in on the Axe or the Abaddon here. You need to jump in on a Sniper, specifically if you can at all jump in on a Sniper. It would probably be a good idea, especially when you've got Mask of Madness on him. He would be very, very likely to just melt. Yeah. Yeah, else I think this was just kind of a case of you lost your lane too hard and the Axe never got stopped by anyone. And then, you know, it just kind of... The Medusa got a decent game and the Void got a decent game, but you just couldn't... Like with these three hard carries, this is the way you lose it, is by the enemies getting too big too fast and you not getting big enough fast enough. So the Void was decently big. The Medusa at this point, like at 20 minutes she was doing fine, but now she's doing really badly. You, of course, were doing really badly almost throughout the game. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say here. Yeah. Normally it would be like if you find yourself in the situation that you need to fight as a PA early on, getting a BKB can be good. But here it wasn't really a lot. Like the Warlock ult go through BKB. I'm pretty sure Axis Berserker's Call goes through BKB. Sniper, of course, doesn't really care about BKB, he can still shoot you to it. So BKB here wouldn't have been that great. And there wasn't really a lot you could do. It's just a shitty game to be behind as a Phantom Assassin, honestly. If you needed to do better, you just needed to use your Stifling Dagger to get last hits, really not die in lane, and just, instead of going for this farming build, just go ahead and look at your team and say, okay, we have a Medusa, we have a Faceless Void, we don't need a third hard carry. Let me just go for a fighting build and just go for like a... maybe a Vladimir's would have been good, or a just some damage over this Helmet of the Dominator. Just say, I don't need these farming items, I don't need the lifesteal, I don't need the Battle Fury, and just go for straight damage. Maybe just try to go for a Desolator as soon as you can get it, and then just see if you can't just jump in on squishy targets and fight, set up ganks with the Sand King, and just let that be your game instead. Because this was just a weird kind of game to be a Phantom Assassin in. You had almost no chance of being able to carry against a Sniper and an Axe and a Warlock, and this is just really bad. If you'd been against the Faceless Void, it would have been far better, because now the Chronosphere no longer disables your dodge, so he would be forced into an MKB to avoid just not doing any damage to you inside the Chrono. But yeah, pretty unfortunate. I think that's about it for this time. As per the usual, the instructions for sending in replays will be in the description for this video. My name is Ben Cerebellum. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and that's gonna be it for this time. Bye bye.